Picture this: a quiet main street, red brick buildings, a farmer's market on Saturday mornings, mountains in the distance, or maybe a river winding through the edge of town. Charming, peaceful, exactly what those retirement magazines have been selling you for the last 30 years. Millions of Americans are now packing up and moving to places exactly like this: small towns, scenic towns, towns that show up on every best places to live list online. And many of them, within 1 to 3 years, are quietly trying to leave, because what those lists don't tell you is what's underneath: the flood maps, the insurance gaps, the aging infrastructure, the towns with one hospital already closed, the property values that look cheap until the hidden costs hit. This is about what nobody tells you before you sign the papers. Since 2020, something unusual happened to American migration patterns. Remote work broke the old rules. With home prices exploding in cities like Austin, Denver, and Phoenix, a lot of Americans started looking at the map differently. Small-town America started trending. Searches for cheap places to retire spiked to record levels. Real estate investors noticed. Dozens of small towns saw sudden population surges, some for the first time in decades. But population growth doesn't fix infrastructure. In some of these towns, the new arrivals are making things worse. Eureka Springs, Arkansas, regularly featured as one of America's most charming Victorian small towns. What the lifestyle videos don't show: the town sits in a flash flood corridor. Home insurance in Carroll County has risen sharply, with some carriers exiting the market entirely. The nearest major hospital is over 40 miles away, and the local economy offers almost no employment base for anyone under 50. Bisbee, Arizona, an old copper mining town turned artist colony tucked into the mountains near the Mexican border. Bisbee sits at the edge of one of Arizona's most water-stressed counties. Water ground levels have been declining for years. Extreme wildfire risk and serious accessibility problems as residents age, and that border proximity brings insurance complications most buyers never discover until they're already in contract. Hot Springs, North Carolina, sitting in a mountain river valley that looks genuinely like a painting. It also sits directly in a FEMA-designated high flood risk zone. Hurricane Helene in 2024 delivered a stark reminder. The flooding in western North Carolina was catastrophic. Property values in some of these communities haven't recovered, and some insurance markets have simply withdrawn. Over 40% of the small towns on popular best places to retire lists have at least one significant climate exposure: flood, wildfire, extreme heat, or water scarcity. Home insurance costs in rural America have risen faster than in major metro areas, in some counties exceeding 20 to 30% in a single year. In the highest risk zones, insurers aren't just raising rates, they're leaving entirely, forcing homeowners onto state-backed plans that carry significant coverage gaps. Many of these towns have water systems and bridges built in the 1940s and 50s. Rural infrastructure is among the most underfunded in the country. For a retiree, moving to a town where the nearest emergency room is 45 minutes away on mountain roads isn't a lifestyle choice, it's a calculated risk. Climate models consistently project that the regions where many of these towns sit, the rural South, Appalachian valleys, the arid Southwest, will face increasing extreme weather frequency. As carriers continue exiting rural markets, property values in the most exposed towns could face downward pressure even in places that still look beautiful from the outside. Many of these towns are attracting older buyers, more demand on limited health care, more strain on local government budgets, less labor supply to maintain basic services. The towns that will survive are the ones with genuine economic anchors: a university, manufacturing base, broadband infrastructure, regional medical access. The ones that rely purely on scenery and charm are operating on borrowed time. There's nothing wrong with wanting a quieter, more affordable life in a beautiful place. That instinct is completely understandable. But beauty is not a due diligence checklist. Before you move, check the flood maps, not just the listing photos. Check what insurance carriers are still writing in that county. Check how far the nearest hospital is. Check what the local tax base looks like and what it'll look like in 10 years. The most beautiful small towns in America can be wonderful places to live. Some of them also carry risks that most buyers never see until it's too late to easily leave. Do the research. Read what isn't in the brochure. That's all.